Hi, I'm Dan Kaufman, and welcome to Crank My Chain. This is a special after Burning Man Aftermath edition of Crank My Chain. So, I had a great time there, as can be expected, and brought back a very dusty bike. I don't think it got thrashed quite as hard as my trip down the sand dunes. One thing I learned there is that you really don't want to be using an air compressor. It's best to just start off with a little bit of soapy water and just clean it off that way at first. And that way you're not actually blowing the sand or the dust back into your bearings or anything like that. I use this bike very often. It was really an important part of Burning Man was the bicycle, because there's such a distance to span around there that you really got to have a bike. In fact, it's probably one of those possessions that you least want to lose at Burning Man, and would be most likely to lose. There was a couple of bike thefts that I knew about. I don't know if they're thefts so much as borrowing, so you might end up getting your bike back at the end, especially if you were to put your name on it. And somebody probably just couldn't find theirs, and so they ended up taking somebody else's, which would be quite a bummer, because unless you're willing to do the same, then you're out of the bike. So I highly recommend a lock. I had this nice Kryptonite U-lock here, but you could get a dollar store lock and it would be fine. This was nice because it could just attach to the bike, and I could run around all over the playa with it late into the night. At one point I actually found a bicycle DJ. This guy had a trike with a JBL speaker, and it sounded great. We were riding and playing, he'd stop, people would dance. It was really neat, and the cool part for me was I actually had a dream about something like this about 2 years ago. So it was kind of a deja vu experience checking out that bike out on the playa. I rode with him for quite a while. His name is Ryan, and I really liked his setup. Played better tunes than most of the DJs I heard too. So that was cool. Some of the things that you might want on your bike at Burning Man. A kickstand is good, and putting a little tennis ball on the end of the kickstand will be great because it keeps it from going into the playa dust. It gives you, a few more options of places to park. Definitely want to have a basket, some sort of noise-making device. Oh, my horn's not working. Well, I'll have to fix that. But definitely want a horn, a bell, all the sorts of bling. I actually end up putting a flag on there, and you can see some of the bling I put on the flag. You want people to be able to see you. I actually used a cat eye light that was great for illuminating and also flashing, which I could use as actually when I was traveling with the bicycle dance party, I used that cat eye light for some of the light show action, so that was kind of neat. It served definitely double duty, and also used it as my flashlight as well. Let's see, another thing that I wish I would have had was a comfortable seat. I had this BMX seat, and it's okay for that, but really you're going to be cruising, and you want comfort. You don't care about speed, and you don't care about weight. I actually put on little noisemakers on my wheels using zip ties, so I could have some extra sound when I'm rolling, because it's all about style there, really. The more style you got on your bike, actually the less likely it's going to get taken as well, because it'll be easier for you to find. What else did we have? What else did I like? I just like to see all those people biking. It was great. I wouldn't call Burning Man a green event by any means. I can't imagine how much CO2 was put into the atmosphere just by people getting there, and then by all the different fire devices and wood that was burnt and everything like that. But it is neat to see all the bicycles and people using bicycles, and I guess my hope is that people will say, hey, I had such a great time on my bicycle that now I'm going to come home and I'm going to ride it and use it in my daily activities to help make up for some of that CO2 that was put into the atmosphere, through our whole lives, but even at Burning Man or wherever else. I'd love to see some folks maybe bike to Burning Man. That might be something I do in the future. So I guess that would be my one big hope from Burning Man, is to get people more excited about biking. That was the main means of transportation, and I love some of the bikes that I saw. I got a lot of pictures. I got some cool videos that I'm going to be showing later on. I'll have a kind of a video slideshow thing going on here in the next few days after I kind of look through them all and see what I've got. Thanks for watching Crank My Chain.